Hi, everyone. Welcome to second semester. I'm Carmen Heiss. I am going to be your course coordinator for 324, and I'm going to co-course coordinate-ish with Denise for 327. So you're going to see us both throughout the semester for both courses. And let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I am originally from Texas. I have been a nurse for 16 years, and I've been teaching full-time for 10 of those. I have a background in the operating room. So I did a small 1-year stint in the ICU, but other than that, I am an operating room nurse at heart. And still to this day, I really look forward to working with you guys this fall. And excited to tell you a little bit about the course. Let me introduce or have Denise introduce herself to you, and then we'll get started. Denise?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Denise Owens. I originally was born in Riverside, California, so I am definitely should have been a beach bum, but unfortunately my parents moved to Pennsylvania when I was 3 years old, so now I have to have a career. So anyway, I am a critical care nurse at heart. I started out in telemetry unit and then went into the critical care and haven't looked back since. So I really love the critical care areas. I've been a nurse for many years, so I don't want to tell you how old I am. So we'll just say many years. And I've been teaching for the University of Maryland probably about 15 years now, I believe it is. And I co-teach with Carmen with 324, and I'm the course director for 327, so the Med-Surg. And we work very well together. You'll get to know us quite a bit because of the 2 classes that we do teach throughout the semester. So it's very nice meeting you guys, and we're very excited about getting the semester started. All right, Carmen, back to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so you're going to see that we actually switch off a lot. It's not just like 324 is all mine and 327 is all Denise's. So what's going to look like is when one of us is teaching the patho for that week, we're also going to teach the Med-Surg. So example, I teach the cardiac content, and I'm going to teach it for 324 and for 327. Denise teaches respiratory, same thing, right? She teaches the patho for one, the Med-Surg for the other. So you're going to see us both a lot, and not in the traditional, this is one class and this is another. We're very intermingled. This technique has actually worked extremely well on the Shady Grove campus. They have yet to do this in Baltimore, and we've been doing this now for 5 years. And even with the success we've had and the challenges that they have, they still don't do it this way, and we would not give this up. We absolutely love teaching both and helping you guys to understand and walk through both of the different content areas with it. So let me talk to you a little bit about 324. 324 PathoPharm is going to look at the pathophysiology of a disease process, and then it's going to talk about the pharmacology to treat it as well. With Denise and 320, or with the 327 class, that's Med-Surg. So what does the nurse need to do to treat this patient? So they're looking at diagnostics. We're talking about nursing interventions, medical interventions. We may visit back on some medications from a nursing aspect. May look at labs, things like that as well. So each course, even though we're looking at the same topics, we're coming at them from different facets. And so that's what's going to drive the way that these courses look. So let's talk a little bit too about when things are going to open. So orientation for 324 is going to be recorded by myself and placed on Blackboard. For 327, you're actually going to have a live orientation with Denise, who will be able to answer questions about 324 or 327 as well. She usually gets the most questions because she has the lab and the clinical component. So my piece is pretty straightforward. But if you guys have any questions, you're going to know how to contact me because all of our information is on Blackboard. Your first lecture for us for 324 and 327 that week is going to be recorded. So you guys will have it's like a 3-hour narrated PowerPoint or podcast or something like that. You'll only have a couple of these sprinkled through the semester, but the first week is going to start with that. You'll see Other than those contents, you'll see most of the semester is going to be chunked by little mini lessons within the week. So instead of me just talking for 3 hours about cardiac on the patho side and then 3 hours on the med surg side, what I'm actually going to do is to break my lecture up into smaller chunks based on the topic. So I'm going to say, let's talk about coronary artery disease. And that little lecture, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever the length is, will just be about that topic. And so we're hoping that this really helps you guys in breaking down the content, absorbing the content, and then studying it as well. So we do plan to do some interaction. So what we're hoping for is to give you guys some weekly updates and let you know what to expect. But we're hoping that the interaction will come the following week. So let's say this week, it's Monday today, and you're getting started with cardiac content. You would have all week to listen to the cardiac, to read through cardiac, to do the assigned readings with that, and to kind of start studying it. And then the following week, we're going to come together to discuss it. So this is going to give you guys a lot of time to kind of sit and feel more comfortable with the content before just jumping into some activities. So I think that the activities are something that you're going to get a lot out of. You will be placed into some groups. So we'll randomly assign the groups, or we may look at self sign up. We haven't really got that far yet. Usually we have something, and it'll be on Blackboard as to what to do. If we have you guys just self-select into groups, there'll be a Sign Up Genius that allows you to go in and self-select into a group, or to just select a random. We always put random groups there, so you don't really care who you work with. It's just a class activity. Then you'll be able to go in there. But we think you guys would get a lot more out of the activities if you come prepared to discuss the information. And so that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for that higher level of understanding by the time we all come together, instead of you guys just hearing it and then turning around and starting to practice it. So the Blackboard should be open for both courses, 324 and 327, by Friday, this Friday. So a few days from now, or next Monday. So somewhere in there is we're scheduled to open. So you'll also be able to find the syllabus, your course schedule, and layout as soon as Blackboard opens. So I think that's all I have for 324 and some general housekeeping stuff. So I'm going to let Denise talk to you some more about 327.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Denise Owens again, and I'll just be giving you a little bit more information about 327. As Carmen says, whoever teaches the patho part of the of that week, then also will teach the med surg part of it too. So you'll be seeing one of us or the other. So with Med Surg, then what we're going to be looking at that first week then is we will have a live orientation. I'm going to do a live orientation just because things are changing a little bit more frequently about clinicals, labs, and that type of thing. So I think if we have a live interaction, then I can address all of everyone's questions, concerns, that type of thing all at once. But what I do know so far is that they did have you guys sign up for clinicals. So everyone should be signed up for clinical. I believe I'll be getting the rosters later this evening. Once I get those rosters, then I'll be able to send them out to the clinical instructors. So you'll probably hear from your clinical instructors within the next week. If not, you definitely will be meeting with them virtually that first week of school. So we want to make sure that everybody has contact with their clinical instructor at least before, or at least during the first week of school. Now, we also know that there's some things that you guys have to have done in order to be able to go into the hospitals for your clinical. So you've signed up for your 2 days of clinical. So everybody will have 2 days of clinical. And I'm saying that because the 2 days are going to be broken down a little bit. One of those days, you're actually going to be in the hospital taking care of patients. And one of those days, you're going to be doing VSIM or some type of activity online. All right, but you signed up for 2 days of clinical. One will be in a hospital, and then one will be with online learning. Then we're not going to have any clinicals in the hospital the first 2 weeks because, again, we know things are changing. We want to make sure you guys are all able to get everything taken care of that you have to do in order to get into the hospitals. Like if there's any background, not you guys already did background checks, but if there's anything that we need to have done, COVID testing, that type of thing. And also to get that information to you guys, what PPE you guys will need to bring with you as you go into the hospital. So those first 2 weeks is us trying to get all of that stuff together for you guys and to help you guys get everything together so that you'll be ready that third week to start clinical. So our first week, what we had planned was having you guys come in to do skills in the labs on the campus. But unfortunately, they were saying that with second semester, we won't be on campus. So we had to, okay, take that, another step back and say, okay, now what are we going to do? So we believe what we're going to be doing that first week then are going to be skills online. So when you're doing those skills online, you'll be working directly with your clinical instructor. So again, if you haven't heard from them within the next week or so, you definitely will be hearing from them that first week. The second week, then we're probably going to do some type of VSIM, and I'm thinking more of an interdisciplinary type of simulation that we're going to be doing online, and that will be with me. And then after that, I'll probably have you guys do some type of journaling for that second week. And then the third week is when you guys will be starting in on your clinicals. So hopefully we'll have everything everything all laid out and ready to go with that. In saying that we're going to be starting with the clinicals that third week, we have it laid out that if everything goes as to plan, as we know things change quite frequently, but if they go as planned, we'll be done with our simulations, our online simulations, and our clinicals that week before Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's what we're hoping for. What we're saying is there's going to be 100 hours within clinical at the hospital, and then 3 or 4 simulations that you'll be doing online with your clinical instructor. Again, with that first day of class on September 1st is when I will be going over all the details about the different care plans and that type of thing we'll be doing throughout the semester. But I hope this just kind of helps alleviate any anxiety that you may have starting this semester. We know it's been very hard. Last semester when we were surprised and they shut everything down, we went online, we flowed right through without any difficulties at all. We just made sure that we kept the students updated on anything we knew the students knew, and they felt very comfortable. So that's what we hope to continue with you guys. We want you guys to be very comfortable. Carmen and I are always available. We always have our cell phones with us, so if there's a question, concern, anything like that, you can always email us. We get back to you guys within 24 hours. And if it's something like, if you email me something about 324 and I don't know the answer to that, I forward it to Carmen, and then Carmen will get back to you. And she does the same with me. So we're very interactive with the students, and we're here to support you guys, to help you guys get through the semester, learn the most that you can during this semester. And we're very comfortable with online teaching. So we flew right through it last semester, and I know there was a lot of anxiety. And again, just please take a deep breath, relax. We got you. We'll get through this together. Okay, Carmen?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for that, Denise. And we look forward to seeing all of you. And what I could say now is if you have questions, please start putting them together so that when the time comes for orientation, that you can make sure to get all of those questions answered and that people can hear and see those as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great last couple weeks of summer. Bye.
Bye, guys.